So I just finished a voiceover and I was looking at my channel, and my first video is almost at 1000 views. My second video is past 100, and I just realized I had 25 subscribers. I am so grateful. So thank you to anyone who's watching this, liking my videos. It really means a lot to me. I've always wanted to, go into YouTube and make content, but I always found my voice awkward, or I thought that I wasn't going to succeed. Anyways, I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm just very happy right now. I put a lot of effort into actually editing my second video, contrary to how bad the editing must have been. It took me 7 hours to edit that. So I'm just happy that it's at least paying off. Anyways, if you stuck around for this part, thank you. I love you, and hopefully this tutorial helps you out. I'm still trying to figure out everything related to my setup, so my mic may fluctuate, especially midway through the video. But aside from that, I hope that it's a smooth experience. Alright, so this is going to be a two-part thing. Today I'm going to be covering the simpler topic, LoRAs. The next video will be on control nets, which will take things one step further. So you've been generating AI images and they look fine, but you want something more specific, maybe a particular artist style or a specific character or a certain aesthetic that the base model is just not giving you. And that's where LoRAs come in. The full name of LoRA is low rank adaptation. It's a fancy name, but the idea behind it is really simple. Think of your base AI model like XCXL, SC1.5, Flux 1 Dev, Flux 2, etc. as a base game. Think Elden Ring. It comes with a ton of content out of the box, a massive explorable world, deep character customization, and obviously the famous cells like bosses. But say you want something more to the base game that it does not have. So you go and get a mod, or you go and buy a DLC for it. In Elden Ring's case, Shadow of the Earth Tree, which added an entire new region to explore, more bosses, new story content, etc. That's basically what a LoRa is. It's just a small add-on file that you put on top of a base model to get the result you want. It doesn't touch the base model's code itself. So where do we actually find these LoRAs? Well, there are three major sites where you can find LoRAs: Civitai, CivArchive, and Hugging Face. I'll be talking about each of them in order of importance. Whenever you're searching for a LoRA, your first stop should be Civitai. You can think of it as a Play Store or Apple Store of your AI models. The biggest community hub for checkpoints, LoRAs, workflows is Civitai. You'll find LoRAs for pretty much anything over here, whether it be a art style, specific character, environment, whatever. You name it, and I guarantee you there is a LoRA for it on Civitai. Each LoRA page over here will have strengths, example images, and trigger words from the author themselves usually. One thing I would suggest, if you find something you like on Civitai, download it immediately rather than bookmarking it. Civitai has been under increasing pressure from payment processors and has been removing models without any warning or explanation, so better to be safe than sorry. Which brings me to my second site, CivArchive. This one exists specifically for when something disappears or gets deleted from Civitai. It's a community-maintained archive of deleted models, so if you saw a LoRA you liked and it's not there all of a sudden, you should check over here. Now, the last one I'd like to talk about is Hugging Face. I really don't recommend this since it's more of a developer hub, but some content creators upload away exclusively or in tandem with Civitai, especially for new models. The first LoRa to be released will be on Hugging Face normally, so it's worth checking out. Now, one rule before you download anything, make sure that the LoRa is compatible with the base model you're using. To make sure the LoRa you're using is compatible, follow these steps. If you're using Civitai, go to the Models tab, click on Filters, which will open a drop-down menu. Select the base model you're using and filter it out by LoRa type. You can also sort by most downloads, most discussed, or newest using the sort menu next to the filters. On CivArchive, to filter out anything except for LoRAs, simply click on Model Type and select LoRa. Then click on Base Model and pick the base model you're using. You can also sort over here by most downloads, most discussed, or newest by clicking on the Relevance drop-down menu and selecting the option. On Hugging Face, go to the Models tab and filter by image to image for editing model LoRAs like Quen Image Edit or Flux Skin, or text to image generation LoRAs. Fair warning, this doesn't filter out exclusively to LoRAs. Everything under the category shows up, so checkpoints, workflows, LoRAs, etc. Searching LoRA in the search bar helps narrow it down, but even then you will not be able to get every single LoRA there is. Some creators deliberately use unconventional naming to stay under the radar. I won't say why, but you should be able to figure it out. Now, to actually use the LoRAs, I'll be showing two ways. The first is the built-in way without any custom nodes needed. ComfyUI has a load LoRA node by default. You chain it between your model loader and your sampler. Select the LoRA file, set the strength, and you're done. If you want to stack multiple LoRAs, you just daisy chain multiple load LoRA nodes one after another. It works, it's just messy, and you will end up with a spaghetti mess if you're using a lot of LoRAs. The cleaner way and the way I recommend is to use a custom node pair called RG3. It has a specific node you want from it called the Power LoRa loader node. It lets you stack as many LoRAs as you want in one single node with their own individual strength slider. It's much more cleaner and way easier to manage, and you can install it directly from ComfyUI Manager by searching for RG3. Alright, that's LoRa's covered. Now, if you want to actually put this into practice, I have two free workflows on my Patreon. The stylized anime workflow, which I have a full guide here on my channel, and the realism workflow, which comes from my ComfyUI installation guide, also on my channel. Just grab whichever workflow you want from my Patreon, drag and drop the JSON file attached to it inside of ComfyUI as interface. If you don't already have RG3 installed, it will show you missing custom nodes. If you followed my installation guide, you should already have ComfyUI Manager installed. Simply open it, go to install missing custom nodes, select all, and download it. After that, you can restart ComfyUI and you're set and ready to use the workflow.